This morning on September 18th, 2025, Aerotechnics, one among of the aviation companies here in Tanzania, has signed the MOU with National Institute of Transport, NIT, in Tanzania. And we are here with Mr. Jared Ajwanga from Aerotechnics, who will explain to us what this MOU is about and how will it impact the aviation training sector in Tanzania. Hello, Mr. Jared.
I'm fine, Kina. Zen, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm keeping well.
Congratulations on this milestone.
Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Okay. I would like to start by asking what this MOU is about.
Now, this MOU is part of a broader partnership that we want to establish for aviation industry in Africa. The fact that we've signed the MOU with Tanzanian NIT, it does not really lock it in NIT or Tanzania. There's a movement that we want to elevate African aviation to the global stage. Certain key things are facts, and that you can never take away from the history today. Number one, there is a bigger youth population in Africa than any other continent. Africa has the biggest youthful population. Number two, aviation is growing. There is a demand for over 800 aircraft engineers and technicians in the next 10 or so years. 700,000 engineers, 800,000 engineers, 700 pilots, and so on. These numbers requires action. One action that we must do boldly and deliberately is to ensure that we train our people, and not only train, we build competency amongst our graduates. And most importantly, we set them to paths of employability. So what the MOA is all about is to address this gap of competency and employability amongst the youths in our continent. We are starting from NIT and we'll move across the whole continent and go global. Aviation as it is also really growing, and the industry is self-calibrating. In the next 5 to 10 years, it won't be a secret where people need to go when they need perhaps quality training in engineering, or where they need to go when you need to get pilot training. Now, those realities means as an organization or an institution, NIT and any other institution must set themselves to in a path of success. So they must position themselves to be ready to be on the right path of success when calibration happens, that they remain the premier or the aviation center of choice for any training organization.
Okay. So what impact exactly are you aiming to attain through this partnership?
So it's three-phased. There's the impact to the students, the impact to the organization, and of course the larger national interest. To the students, we are ushering these people in a path where they have trainings that are aligned with the international standards. Number two, we are going to build on their technical experience, because this is what matters when you go for any job opportunity. And number three, we want to open for them pathways that will enable them to have access to opportunities globally with global airlines and, which again, most importantly, global manufacturers. There are those who are called OEMs in the industry. OEMs are the original equipment manufacturers. When you see one aeroplane, there are so many manufacturers that are put it together. We want our people to go work in this manufacturing plant because we are the youthful people. We have the numbers. We have the people to train. So we want to see a path where our students can gradually go through to ensure that they fill places in these OEMs. And most importantly, we want the graduates, when they leave here, they not only leave with the certificates. We want when they leave here, over and above that certificate he or she has, there's competency built in the person. There's confidence built in the person. And there's a clear path of what or where he wants to go. No. So that is for the students. For the instructors in NIT, and of course the other institutions that we're going to work with, we are looking at how, one, we're going to modernize the curriculum. Two, how we will empower these instructors to deliver these high-quality trainings. And three, we want to have a pathway also for the institutions to collaborate with these manufacturers so that there's a clear path between the institutions and the existing manufacturers and OEMs globally. To the nation, there is the need to align with the demands. One, youth employment, growing the technology amongst our people. If we do what we're doing today and we get a number of our people to institutions or to places where they employment created for them. That is service to the nation. At the end of it all, we are positioning this institution, and of course the nation Tanzania, in the path for leadership in the global aviation, and most importantly, within our continent. So it's a work in progress, and the benefit cuts across the three sectors that I've mentioned. Okay. Thank you.
Now, since EASA Part 66 B1 B2 should be delivered under the Part 147 organization, are you planning to establish one in Tanzania, and what's your strategies on this? Good question.
Now, EASA has a number of paths that one or an institution would follow to get these trainings. Number one, we must demystify what EASA is so that we get to know that EASA gives you the opportunity to be able to fit in global aviation organizations, but it does not take away the need for you to have your local authority license. For Tanzanians, EASA does not take away the need for you to have your TCA license. So we must first of all build local capacity. Okay. So things that will help us, or actions that will help us walk this path. Number one, we need to have our institutions aligned with the requirements for EASA facility, which NIT, I'm happy, is already way ahead of what is required in terms of facility. Now, to deliver these courses, you could either go the approved training way, where an organization becomes 147 to deliver trainings under its own MTOE. Or you can partner with existing organizations that already have this 147 approval, and they list you in their MTOE so that you be a center that they can use to deliver their examinations. Today, NIT already has that with other organizations. What you're bringing in on board is addition to that. We are bringing on board the engineering made in Germany. We are bringing on board the connections that come with quality. We are bringing on board competency that comes with this kind of trainings. So in addition to what the organization has, I believe the chance that it has today is to really get as much as possible organizations to come, accredit it. In that way, the institution is growing its footpaths globally. We're going to have NIT being counted as an organization that is delivering trainings from a German Part 147.
Okay. So what differentiates you as Aerotechnics from other organizations providing the same service of training?
Our approach is built on industry and experience. You know, it's one thing to just have in place EASA trainings, get a facility, bring in the examinations, let the students sit and do the exams. That's one thing. But after doing those exams, so what next? Number one. Number two, I keep telling my students that license do not make you that high engineer on demand. Competency does. So in Aerotechnics, what makes us different from any other organization? Number one, we have deliberate partnerships with organizations from Germany, looking at the background of engineering prowess. We all know what German engineering is. It is not a discussion we could have. If today you take to your parent a paper or a scholarship to do engineering in a German institution, and your neighbor brings another option from, be it other institutions, the German has a good name. And so we leverage on these partnerships to offer opportunities for these students beyond the training. Case in point is today we have students who are sponsored by the CA International and our training programs. Now, this sponsorship pays part of their school fee, but most importantly, a number of them also get mentored by the CA International. Now, part of this agreement is we get these students trained through reputable organizations, and that German comes in very strongly. Beyond that, then with the reputation that comes with the training institution and the support that comes with their collaborators, and of course, the wide network they have in the industry, we are able to assist these students get job placements. But even before you go to job placement, today the industry, things keep changing. Things are changing quite fast. By June last year, EASA made some steps. Today, a student that does EASA 145 trainings and is not working in an EASA approved organization like in Tanzania here, they are not EASA approved maintenance organizations that are domiciled here in Tanzania. Now, these students from here must therefore get placement in institutions that have EASA 145 authorization. So you must therefore try and get pathways for them on how they can move to gain at least 1 year experience in addition to what they have from the existing Part 145s. So there's a way, there's more to do in this path. So what Aerotechnics does, we don't only train. We train, we walk you through the experience gaining, we help you with your license application process if you need to, and most importantly, after doing all those, we have you in our job networking program. I shared today of a student that we have currently placed in an EASA 145, gaining her experience. She was previously working in an organization that was not 145 approved, but because of this EASA requirement that this student must at least have certain minimum requirements, she is today in an EASA 145 organization. I showed a video of a student, former student, that through our job placement programs is currently working in Canada. And we have so many across the globe. So for Aerotechnics, it's a process, it's a partnership that we build with you. It doesn't end with training. We work with you from the training, licensing process application, and job placements. Finally, other than this training, building competence is not an event. I mentioned it here today, what it is. It's a process. So we have mentorship programs that are continuous through our platforms. So many of these people join our mentorship programs in LinkedIn or any other program, and we talk about pertinent issues in the aviation industry. So we engage these students continuously until the time that he or she feels she is really ready. And again, learning is a continuous process. They again help us to train other people. So it's a process. Once you come in Aerotechnics, don't exit. We walk with you the journey and we build the industry together. So we're building a movement that in the near future will be so hard to really break away.
Okay, so through that process, given that EASA Part 66 graduate must complete OJT in a Part 145 AMO or MRO, are such organization available in Tanzania, or will candidates have to seek placement elsewhere?
Good question. Today I showed in the classroom, in the meeting here, one of NIT graduates that through our program is currently gaining his experience in Kenya. We have other 3 students in other places. So we do not have an EASA approved Part 145 that's domiciled in Tanzania. There are those organizations that fly into Tanzania that are EASA approved, but the much one can do here is only a transit, which again is not so much because a 1 hour turnaround, and those airlines have their own engineers. So if you go in, you're not certified, they won't take you. They need your certification to get that job. So in most cases, these people must go to an MRO or an organization that's 145 approved to gain their experience. So it's among the pathways that we are working on. We speaking to organizations across the region to absorb these students. As I've mentioned to you, some are already in those places. And so that is that's what we do to comply with that EASA requirement for at least 1 year experience under an EASA approved organization.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jared, for your valuable insight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.